Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. Now, if this doesn't tug on the old heartstrings, I don't know what will. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Enjoy the video.
In 1965, an unforgettable warning was broadcast for all to hear. 53 years later, it's sadly come true. Paul Harvey, the news commentator and talk radio pioneer whose staccato style made him one of the United States' most familiar voices, reached more than 24 million listeners at the peak of his career. Although he was very accurate on everything he had to say, no one could imagine that his famous words from 53 years ago would become the reality of today. I read this today and I thought how relevant it is. The speech was broadcast by legendary ABC radio commentator Paul Harvey on April 3rd, 1965. He starts his prophecy by saying, "If I were the devil," and then continues discussing issues that are, these days, ours to face. Everybody should listen to this. Sad to say, but Paul Harvey was spot on 53 years ago. If I were the devil. If I were the Prince of Darkness, I would want to engulf the whole earth in darkness. I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I would not be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I should set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I would begin with a campaign of whispers, with the wisdom of a serpent. I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, "Do as you please." To the young I would whisper, "The Bible is a myth." I would confide that what is bad is good, and what is good is square. In the ears of the young married I would whisper that work is debasing, that cocktail parties are good for you. I would caution them not to be extreme in religion, in patriotism, in moral conduct. And the old I would teach to pray, to say after me, "Our Father which art in Washington." Then I'd get organised. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull, uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd infiltrate unions and urge more loafing, less work. Idle hands usually work for me. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilise the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Let those run wild. I'd designate an atheist to front for me before the highest courts, and I'd get preachers to say, "She's right." Then, in his own churches, I'd substitute psychology for religion and deify science. If I were Satan, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who want it until I'd killed the incentive of the ambitious. Then my police state would force everybody back to work. Then I would separate families, putting children in uniform, women in coal mines, and objectors in slave labour camps. If I were Satan, I'd just keep doing what I'm doing, and the whole world would go to hell as sure as the devil. I used to listen to Paul Harvey with my mum in the 70s. He's very accurate on everything he says. All the things he mentioned 53 years ago are exactly what's going on now. Incredible man, incredible insight. Share this if you agree.
Well, I don't know, I think you'd have to have a heart of stone if that didn't touch you somewhere deep inside. If you like these kinds of videos, then please subscribe, because we've got stacks of this kind of stuff. It's what we do. So click subscribe and then click the little bell that appears so that you'll get notifications each time we upload a new video. Don't forget to share it with your friends and let us hear your comments in the boxes below. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the video.